Hello friends! Today I will show you how to make discrete fixings for shelves quickly and most importantly very budget-friendly. Well, let's roll! To begin with, we need to assemble a shelf to show everything on it. Well, a few 20mm calibrated planks had lied around here. It was possible of course to take a chipboard 18mm width, but it is always much more pleasant to work with wood. And the first problem. All the planks have different widths or uneven edges. They need to be made all the same. Since I do not have a miter saw, I will use a router. And to begin with, we will build a mini calibration machine. To move the ruler by about a millimeter and once again clean the workpiece, there is a little trick. We draw the line with a pencil and then overlap it with a ruler. It turns out very clearly. Well, here it is. All workpieces are calibrated to one size. If you take a file with a small tooth and do not rush anywhere, it is also possible to cut off the bar accurately with a jigsaw. So, our bars are cut into the size we need. Now they need to be connected in such a wonderful frame. But before that, we'll mark out our first fixings. These are ordinary penny lugs. To make them invisible, you just need to flood them. There are two ways to do this. The first way is to use a pen drill. I did not have a drill of suitable diameter, so I refined it from the 20th one, which I had already collected. To hide the heads of self-tapping screws, we countersink the holes. Checking. Brilliant! The second fixing we will make in another, more mechanized way, with the same router. We set the required depth and cut, using the ruler, the slot for the fixing. So we got the same discrete fixing, but already with the help of miling. This was the first version of the discrete fixings, made with the flooding of ordinary lugs. Now we put in order the frame. We cover the wood with thixotropic glaze on a water basis. After drying, we knock down the shag that has risen. Now it's time to assemble. Today we will use dowels. With the help of center locators, we mark out the hole. In order not to drill the workpiece through, we use the depth gauge made from the offcut of the syringe. Before you glue the structure, you should always check it dry. And it is necessary to mark the sides, so that nothing is confused afterwards. We pull and leave to dry. Done! The second way is much easier. We consider it on the example of the same shelf. We nail pieces of cardboard on the bitten tacks, but we do not break them completely. We fix it with a tape. This cardboard will not allow the tacks to scratch the wall when marking. Here is the markup itself. When you press them, the tacks break through the cardboard and leave marks on the wall. We drill the wall using a 6mm diameter drill bit, slightly inclined. We remove tacks. Now we drill and insert the pieces of the studs. 6 mm in diameter. Now we still have to insert the studs into the finished holes in the wall. And that's all. The shelf can be used. It is fast, isn't it? Moreover, the shelf can be made of any material, not only wood. And we go further. If the first two methods are used when hanging light enough shelves, then the next fixing is suitable for heavy shelves and sections. However, with a back wall. Old furniture makers told me about it, who used it very often before. We will use a steel plate, 2 mm thick for this fixing. I have a perforated one, but it's not important. We measure the thickness of the back wall plus the plate and add 1 mm more. There are 6 mm. Now you should make a rabbet cut in the body of our shelf, also 6 mm deep. Of course, it would be better to make a rabbet before assembling the section with a saw or a milling cutter. But we have a different situation. To facilitate milling, you can remove some material with a drill and chisel. Now we trim everything with a milling cutter, using the ruler. It is convenient to cut small billets from HDF in size with the usual construction knife. We attach the plates and screw them with self-tapping screws. If self-tapping screws protrude, the holes can be countersinked. We select the holes for fasteners as close as possible to the corner of the section, but so that it is convenient to twist the screw. Done. We will mount the section of the wall through this hole. Thanks to the iron plate, the screw will not break the back wall and will firmly press the section to the plane. The self-tapping screw is closed with a decorative plug. Such fixings can withstand a plenty large enough weight, and this weight will be the greater is the thickness of the plate and its surface area. My shelves have long been hung on similar fixings. On 2 screws only. As you can see, you need very few skills and costs to make discrete fixings for shelves. There would be a will. Well, that's all for today. See you, and with charity for all.